Hi everyone, I'm Pratibha Agarwal. I'm an immigration attorney. I am based right outside of Washington, D.C. in Arlington, Virginia. Our clients, however, are all throughout the United States. So I come on pretty regularly to speak with you live on and try to answer some immigration questions. Obviously, this information, since I don't know you, since I don't know your immigration history, it's just for informational purposes. If you want specific legal advice that will be relevant to your case, call us for a consultation at 703-348-1663. Again, that's 703-348-1663. So we have kind of an exciting question today to start off with. And it's something that we've never really talked about before. But in fact, I had a client call me today and that signed on with our firm to move forward with their green card application. Okay. So I thought it might be helpful to you guys who might not know this option exists. So let's say you entered the United States on a C1D visa. Okay, let's say you entered on a C1D visa. Some of you might be thinking, what the heck is this visa? So it's usually issued to people that work on airplanes or people that work on like a cruise ship or some kind of transit vehicle. So basically, so if you are from India, for example, and you're going to work on this cruise ship that will ultimately come to the US and then leave the US and go somewhere else, you're issued what's called a C1D visa from the US government that will allow you to get off the ship while it's docked in the US temporarily. So it's essentially transit, if you can understand that. There's so many different visa types, and this is just one of them. So again, people that work on airlines, like flight attendants, might also have a C1D visa if they're not a US citizen. Okay. So these visas, essentially, if you entered the US in that visa and then you did not leave, then you might have challenges getting a green card. Right. So technically you're not eligible to get a green card while in the US if you entered on this visa, even though this visa is legal, right? Even though this visa is a legal entry, normally for if you entered with a valid visa through a valid port of entry, you shouldn't have any issues getting a green card, right? But this specific visa type, if you enter with a C1D visa, you're not usually allowed to get a green card. But some people are. If you apply for a humanitarian type of green card, you will be eligible to receive it no matter if you have a C1D or not, right? You will be eligible to receive it no matter if you have an illegal entry or not. So this is for people that are married to a green card holder or married to a US citizen. If you have a C1D visa, you might still be eligible to apply for work authorization. You might be eligible to apply for travel authorization if you came in on the C1D visa, and ultimately a green card if you qualify based on the problems in your relationship. So if you are married to a US citizen or a green card holder, there are two possible ways that you get a green card if you entered the US on a C1D visa. One of them would require you to leave the US, process it abroad, and come in. The other one, if you are eligible, will allow you to process the full green card right here in the US. Give us a call to learn about these two processes to see what you might be eligible for, and know that it is possible if you entered on a C1D and you're now married to a US citizen or a green card holder, it is possible to apply for and receive that green card. Okay, call us for a consultation, 703-348-1663. Great. So while I was talking, some folks put in some questions. If you're thinking about it, if you're feeling nervous, don't worry about it at all. Go ahead and put in your question. Our firm and I practice all types of immigration law. So green cards are one of our most popular case types, but we help people obtain green cards through work. We help people obtain green cards through humanitarian options like U visas, trafficking, so they're victims of crime, victims of trafficking. We also help with very standard, typical family-based cases as well. So basically, if you're sponsoring your parents, your siblings, your children, we can help with that also. So if you're thinking of questions, if you have questions, you're not sure about my expertise, I am an immigration attorney. I've been licensed for many, many years, been practicing immigration for several years. So feel free to put your question in there and I'll do my best to answer it. Just as a heads up, everything that I'm talking about is just information, and I will need a consultation to give you specific legal advice. Okay, if you want to schedule one, you can call our firm at 703-348-1663. Vikas, hi Vikas, nice to see you. Vikas is asking, is India taking B2 interviews? So B2 is for a visitor visa, for those of you that are unfamiliar. I am not sure right now. I know that every country is pretty much delayed, but we are seeing some interviews, especially for emergency cases. So in some cases there are, but these embassies rules vary all throughout the world. So each embassy has a different policy, and it's specific to that one. So you want to call and see if they're taking it, and they will list it on their website. So that's the best way to check. Okay. Frogalicious is funny. He said, any ladies need a green card? It's pretty hilarious. I do not, if you're wondering, I do not advocate fraud marriages for immigration purposes. You're causing a lot of trouble for yourself, because even if later on you do meet someone that you want to marry, this fraud marriage is going to be a stain for a very long time. You can be barred permanently from getting any kind of immigration benefit. Do not enter into a marriage just for immigration purposes. It is not worth it. Let me tell you, we see so many people come to us in this situation, and unfortunately we have to turn them away because they're almost not eligible for anything at all because they entered into this fraud marriage. Okay, so that is, it's all funny, or it seems like maybe it's not that serious, but really the US government is serious, and you should not enter into a fraud marriage. Okay. Guman is saying, hi ma'am, when I applied for citizenship, I got a green card last year. Okay, you are eligible to apply for citizenship. All right. Cal Patel is asking, I have a 21-year-old and she was born in the US, so can I apply for anything I came across the border? So yes, it might be possible for you to apply for a green card. Yes, absolutely. Many people in your situation that have entered illegally, that have a 21-year-old child who's now a US citizen, can apply for a green card, right? It depends on your specific situation, and I would recommend doing a consultation so you can at least so we can screen you to see if you're eligible for this. Okay, so essentially, if this relationship with your child, if your child is rebellious, if they say hurtful things, if there is any kind of semblance of abuse in the relationship between you and your child, right, the child to you, you might qualify to apply for a green card completely in the US. Many people get worried that they might get their children in trouble because no matter what, how bad they can be towards us sometimes, you want to help them. You want to protect your children, right? This is a process that does not require a police report. It's 100% confidential. There's no harm to your son or daughter. So I would say give us a call, because if you do qualify, what you would do is receive work authorization in about 6 to 8 months. You would receive travel authorization, and then in about 2 to 2.5 years, you would receive a green card. This whole process occurs in the United States without you having to leave, right? And this happens, this is a huge benefit, even if you had an illegal entry. So definitely call us for a consultation. We're at 703-348-1663. Hi, Ethan. I'm nursing a cold. Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Daniel is saying, wife got my biometrics done in July. I'm still waiting for 6 months later for an interview. Is that a usual wait? Yes, that's about right. That is about right. All right, guys. I've got to head out and hang out with my son today. Jason, sorry, I have one more question. Excuse me, guys. All right, this will be my last question, but I will be back on tomorrow, and you can definitely hop on and ask me some questions. If you know other people that have that have immigration concerns, that want to just ask an immigration attorney a question. I'll be on usually in the evening. Make sure you like our page, follow our page, and share it with people that might have immigration questions, such so that they can join and ask their questions as well. Okay. Jason's question is, hello, attorney. How about if a person wants a tourist visa from here, from the Philippines? Okay, Jason, great. Yeah, absolutely. People get tourist visas from all different countries. The big thing with tourist visas is to show that you do not want to overstay that visa, right? So that basically you're coming here for a temporary visit for a specific purpose. You have a round trip ticket. You intend to leave after you come for a short while. And so the stronger your ties are to your home country, the more likely it is to be approved. All right, I hope that answers your question. Feel free to call us if you would like to schedule a consultation. I see so many questions here, and I'm so sorry I'm not able to get to them today. But please make sure to follow us to come back on tomorrow. Unfortunately, I do have to go, as I mentioned, hang out with my son who's standing there with his stuffed animal, and I promised him 15 minutes. So, all right, I apologize, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Make sure you like our page, follow it, and share it with others, okay? All right, talk to you later. Bye.